Think about the power of just those first few words you say to someone.
Oh, absolutely. They can be make or break, can't they?
Totally. We heard from a listener, actually, who learned this the hard way. Used a casual, hey, dude, with her new British boss.
Ooh, I can see where this is going.
Yeah, likely cost her a promotion. And it just highlights this fascinating thing. A Harvard study suggests we're judging competence within like 7 seconds of meeting someone.
7 seconds. Wow. It's almost unconscious.
Exactly. Which is why today we're doing a deep dive into, well, the hidden world of English greetings.
Unpacking those invisible social rules.
Right. We want to figure out the codes behind it all, give you a shortcut to making that right first impression, every single time.
And we've looked at a lot here, formal versus informal pronunciation quirks.
Real life scenarios, cultural stuff, specific words.
Listener questions, yeah. And even a challenge to try out.
So, yeah, let's unpack this. It's amazing how much info is packed into just saying hello.
It really is. It's way more than just the dictionary meaning. It's context, tone, all the nonverbal stuff we pick up on instantly.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. Formal versus informal. The sources make this pretty clear.
Yeah, like picture a job interview. That's formal, right?
Yeah.
You need something respectful.
It's like, good morning, it's a pleasure to meet you. That fits.
Definitely. Now imagine saying that walking into your friend's barbecue.
Yeah, you'd get some funny looks. That's where, hey,
Yeah,
long time no see feels right.
exactly. And flipping it, saying, what's up, in that interview, disaster.
Or greeting your best mate with a stiff, greetings, Michael. Just weird.
It's all about matching the greeting to the place and the person, isn't it?
Precisely. It's like you wouldn't wear a tuxedo to the beach, right? Same idea.
Good analogy.
Yeah.
And building on that, how we say it matters hugely. Pronunciation?
Ah, yes. The sources mention the difference between like a smooth, how are ya doing,
Which is common, very natural in spoken English.
versus a really choppy, separate, how are you?
Right. That second one can sound a bit robotic or maybe forced.
Yeah, and it's not just about sounding natural, it's about being understood easily, too.
And what's interesting is how those different pronunciations can signal things like how well you know someone or even regional accents sometimes. That linked sound often happens with people who are comfortable together.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's try a little something for you listening. We want you to say these out loud, focusing on the tone. Ready?
Okay.
First one, say this cheerfully. Hi there. Pause threes. Okay, now try this one with a more professional tone. Good afternoon. Pause threes. See? Just shifting the tone changes the whole feel.
It really does. And here's a neat little tip from the research, actually smiling when you greet someone. It can improve your pronunciation.
Seriously? How?
Well, it physically changes your mouth shape, helps you articulate more clearly. It shows that link between, our expressions and how we speak.
That's actually fascinating. Okay, so let's see this in action. We've got a couple of quick role play bits. First, a business scenario. Let's imagine this exchange.
Okay, so someone says, "Oh, you must be Mrs. Patel. I'm James from Pearson & Co."
And the response is, yes. Please call me Priya. Lovely to finally meet in person.
Right. So in that little exchange, what jumps out, there's a sort of dance happening there.
Well, a couple of things. First, that little pause before Priya responds, it feels like she's actually listening, present in the moment.
Good point. Thoughtful acknowledgement.
And second, how quickly they both offer first names. It shifts things, makes it more comfortable, but still professional.
Yeah, it sets the tone, doesn't it? Those little things really build the foundation for how they'll interact later.
Definitely. Okay, now for something more casual, and this one's interactive for you. I'm going to say something, and you just respond naturally. Okay,
Let's see how they do.
right. Here it is. Hey, I'm Sam. Go. Pause fives. So how did that feel? Did something pop into your head right away, or did you hesitate?
It's interesting, these quick greetings often rely on these built-in social scripts we all have.
Mm-hmm. And those scripts can be different depending on age, who you hang out with, where you grew up even.
Oh, absolutely. And they get really different when you cross cultural borders.
Yeah, which brings us to cultural nuances. Super important.
Definitely. Our sources had some great points on body language, like in the U.S., what's typical?
Usually a pretty firm handshake, right?
Yeah.
2, 3 pumps, good eye contact. And you keep a bit of space, maybe 2 feet or so.
Okay, compare that to the UK.
Handshake there is often quicker, maybe a lighter grip. And small talk is big, usually about the weather to start things off.
Classic British small talk.
Yeah,
Then you have somewhere like Japan. Very different.
right. Minimal physical contact, usually. It's all about the bow.
Exactly. And the depth signals respect. Little 15-degree bow for peers, but maybe a deeper 30-degree one for someone senior. It's a whole nonverbal language.
It really is. And it's not just gestures, it's also what you don't say. Taboo topics.
God, yes. Those vary a lot too. For instance, asking about salary.
Generally a no-go in Western cultures, especially right at the start.
Right. Or, say, in parts of the Middle East, asking about marriage status too early might feel intrusive.
And politics. Probably best avoided everywhere when you first meet someone.
Wise advice.
Yeah.
It's fascinating how these taboos often link back to core cultural values.
Totally. Okay, let's test this. Quick audio quiz from the sources. Is this okay to say in London? Wow, you lost weight.
Ooh, tricky one. What's the verdict?
Buzz sound effect implied. Nope, probably not appropriate. Even if meant well, commenting on weight can be really sensitive. Best avoided, especially early on.
Good reminder. Context is everything, and tread carefully with personal comments.
Definitely. So we've talked about the how and where. Let's get into the what, the actual
Vocabulary choices, yeah. The sources had a useful table, like
Yeah.
asking, what's your job?
grammatically okay, but can sound a bit blunt.
A bit direct, yeah. The softer version is, what do you do? It just flows better conversationally.
Right. And similarly, where are you from is usually fine, but what's your nationality? Feels more pointed, maybe even interrogating, unless there's a very specific reason.
That subtle phrasing makes a big difference in how you come across.
For sure. And then there are those idiomatic responses when someone asks how you are,
Oh yeah, like living the dream?
which usually means the opposite, right? It's sarcastic or funny.
Generally, yes. Or something like, better now that you're here.
Definitely flirty. Use with caution.
Absolutely. Know your audience. It's
Oh.
all about understanding that implied meaning.
You really have to read the room. Okay. And for navigating that initial chat, the sources gave that handy acronym, FORD.
Right. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams.
Generally safe topics to explore when you're just getting to know someone, trying to find some common ground, a good fallback.
Useful framework.
Okay, but we know greetings don't always go smoothly. Awkward moments happen.
We've all been there.
Totally. So we pulled some listener questions from the sources on handling these. First up, you forget someone's name, blanked completely. What do you do?
Ugh, the classic nightmare. The suggested fix is great. Just own it. Say something like, I'm so terrible with names. Remind me. Maybe with a little laugh.
Takes the pressure off, makes it human. Good one.
Yeah.
Okay, next. Someone sneezes.
Culturally specific, this one. In the U.S., bless you is standard.
Right. Gesundheit is another option. Sounds maybe a bit more formal or worldly.
Could be perceived that way.
Yeah.
And then in some Asian cultures, the polite thing is often to say nothing at all.
Wow, really shows the variation in these automatic responses.
Deeply ingrained customs.
Okay, last one. The hug or handshake dilemma, that awkward moment.
The advice is basically to mirror them, but maybe slightly less intensely at first, like 70%.
So if they go for a hug, hug back, but maybe not a full bear hug immediately.
Exactly. If they offer a hand, shake it. Pay attention to their lead. It's about mutual comfort.
Makes sense. The sources even mentioned a pro tip about sharing real audio clips of people's greeting mishaps with permission, obviously.
Ah, that would normalize it, wouldn't it? We all mess up sometimes.
Exactly. Okay, so to help you practice all this, we've got a 7-day challenge straight from the source material.
Putting knowledge into action. I like it.
Right. So days 1 to 3, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is greet one stranger each day.
Like a cashier or a neighbor.
Yep. Anyone you don't know, low stakes. Then, days 4 and 5, Try using one new greeting phrase. Instead of just hi, maybe great to see
Yeah,
you.
mix it up a bit. Nice.
And days 6 and 7, kick back with Netflix, but watch actively. Analyze the greetings you see. Context, body language, word choice.
See if you can spot the stuff we've talked about. It's about observation.
Exactly. Conscious practice in easy situations builds confidence. And speaking of practice, your homework.
Uh-oh. Homework.
Yep, go find a mirror. Practice your greetings for 2 minutes a day. Seriously. Tone, smile, the works. I'll know if you skip.
All right, all right. Mere practice it is.
Ultimately, though, even with all our tech, connecting well in person, starting with that greeting, still incredibly important.
Absolutely. Those first moments can really set the stage for everything that follows: relationships, opportunities.
So, on that note, let me take a second to think about a really awkward greeting you've had. We've all got one.
Oh, definitely. What made it awkward? And now, thinking about all this,
Yeah.
how might you handle it differently next time? Something to chew on.